Hey guys, welcome back to Starling and Saddlebags. I'm going to review my camping tent that I recently purchased. Got some notes, so let's just get right to it. I purchased the NatureHike Cloud Up 3-person tent. I purchased it from Amazon just to make it a little easier on receiving it. I purchased it for $127.20. I think it's still currently on sale for the same price. Originally, it's marked at $169. But I can attest to how long it's been on sale and how long it will continue to be on sale. I'll put a link in the comments of where you can purchase this tent if you're interested in it. Fair warning, I guess, or transparency, I am not an affiliate. I am not going to get any kickback for reviewing this tent. This is just simply my opinion on some gear that I purchased. I purchased the 3-person tent. I was originally going to go with a 2-person tent so that I had a little bit of a smaller space. I don't think I need, just when it will be myself, the 3-person tent size. It's a little big for just me. It will comfortably sleep 2 people and maybe room for a little bit of gear. The reason why I did purchase the 3-person tent is because some of my upcoming trips, I do plan to have my friend join me out on the road, and there's no sense in us both bringing a tent. She didn't need to purchase one, and since she'll be coming a few times, I figured I'll just get the larger size, and when I'm by myself, it'll just be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and get to it, and I am going to move my camera and set up the tent and show you guys what it looks like as I'm setting it up as one person. I do have a history of camping, so I'm not completely brand new to camping or setting up tents, but it is fairly straightforward and quite simple. So let's get to it. Okay, so again, here is the tent folded up kind of awkwardly because I've already opened it and set it up once before. I'll see if I can do as good of a pack job as I did before, just so that I can make sure it'll still fit inside my tail bag. I am 5'3". I'd say this is about 2 feet, maybe just under 2 feet, maybe 18 or 19 inches long. Here we go. Okay, so this is the tent stakes bag. In it you have standard tent stakes. I'll get a little closer here. It does include the V-style tent stakes. I'm not going to put these up today just because it's unnecessary. And it's got some extra guidelines here for the tent with the stakes. I will just put that away for now. As I'm setting this up in my basement, not really going to use these. I'm going to set these aside for now. This is the tent itself. I put a strap around it so that I could get it a little bit tighter while I was packing it up before. One sec here. I did want to also include a side note. It does come with a footprint for the tent included. In here it's just labeled as mat, and it is simply just a not quite tarp, but nylon base footprint to go underneath the tent while you are out camping, so that if there's any rocks or sticks that have sharp edges, hopefully it will prevent a hole in the bottom of your tent. So I'm just going to separate these out. This again is the carrying case bag for the tent. I'm going to set that aside over here. This bag is the tent pole, so I'm going to set that aside. Oh, let's set that up here as well. And I'm going to unpack the actual base of the tent here. This is the rainfly, which I will show the assembly of shortly. And I'm just going to move my camera so that you guys have a better angle to see what I'm doing. Okay, so I've just moved you back a little bit so that there's a little bit further of an angle that you could see, stretching out the footprint of the tent. Okay, so that is laid out. And I'm just going to open up the tent poles here so you can see what they look like. It's all one piece. It's kind of nice. It all fits right back in here. But this is all the tent poles and they all fold up into each other. So I'm going to do that quickly. So we have our first wide piece, and I'm just going to stick that over here into the end. Then I'm going to come over to this side and do exactly the same and add a little fin to the tent. Crazy, is that all? All right, and then I am grabbing the middle piece here, and this is just a simple nylon loop that sits in right here. Whoop. The tent is tent shaped. As you can see, this is a little bit awkward. I think that I've got the tent poles in backwards. So I think I'm just going to swap the tent poles around. Okay, not everything goes well the first time. And sometimes it goes well the first time and not the second time. As you can see, I have 180'd the tent poles now. And I will get the tent connected back up here and just continue on. Voila, we have a tent. Let's go. Okay, so just demonstrating things don't always go how you think that they should. Okay, so the tent itself is mostly a screen porch style tent. The rainfly kind of covers it up. I will get that added here real shortly here. But just opening it up so you can kind of see inside the space. You can see that it's got the tub style. So when you walk in, it's not flat and level with the ground, which is good for keeping creepy crawly bugs and stuff out of here. Helpful when it's raining, as the floor is a little bit, I don't want to say waterproof, but tub style tent anyways. As you can see, it goes down at an angle back here. So I do not have very much space and I have to sit down over on this side. That will be where, I don't know, our feet go. But again, as you can tell, it's a screen style tent, so it will be good for really warm, hot summer days, which is the goal. But the rainfly will keep the water off and it goes all the way to the bottom. So overall, not very spacious for two people. It says it's a 3-person tent, and I suppose you could physically get 3 people in this tent. But with 2 air mattresses and any kind of clothing or gear possibly in this tent, it's gonna be tight quarters. So it's good me and my friend are not very big people. But again, mostly it will be just me by myself in this tent. I'll go get the rain fly attached and give you a quick view of that as well. Okay, so the tent has the rain fly on. As you can see, it's got its own zippable door, a little bit of Velcro to keep it shut. It's got guidelines on it to pull it out, as there's a little bit of a vestibule here on the front with the door. So you will have a little bit of space to put some gear not in the tent if it's raining, like boots or helmets or whatever you want to do there. Just gonna get this opened so that you can see with the rain fly on. It's darker internally, does provide a little bit more privacy inside, and kind of gives it a little bit more of a shape to it as well. The rain fly does go almost all the way down to the ground. I would say there's about 4, maybe 5 inches of clearance, as you can see in the difference of the colors here from the base of the tent down to the rain fly. Again, it's got guidelines so that you can pull it out away from the tent a little bit further if you choose to do that as well. Again, this is the NatureHike Cloud Up 3-person tent. I'm not sure if that'll show reversed or not on the camera, but should be a nice little tent that'll fit in my gear, and I'm pretty excited to get out there so I can give you an update on the tent as soon as I actually use it in the outdoors. But overall, I think it's going to be quite a solid little tent to use. So thanks so much for bearing with all of the mistakes and mess ups in this video. Thanks for spending the time hanging out with me in my basement while I show you my tent, and stay tuned, there will be more. Have a great day.